Hi guys, I am going to be doing a get ready with me today. I thought it was time to do another one. I really love doing that because that's my chance to kind of chit chat with all of you and, just give you any life updates or anything like that. Today is very special because I'm using the Huda Naughty Nudes palette. So if you want to hear how this came into my possession and chit chat with me while I get ready, then stick around. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi. I'm really happy that you're here. Okay, I brought you in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing, so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This guy, look, it's almost empty. There's just a little bit left in it. I have a backup. But I also have a couple other primers that I need to use before I open that. But it is definitely one of my favorites. I have two favorites and they're completely different. I have the Ace Beauté, which is very, very light and very full coverage. And I feel like I do have to set that down with a setting powder or a powder eyeshadow matte. Okay, Naughty Nudes. You guys, I'm so excited. I am going to start on the outer corner. I think this is a Beauty Bay brush, but I'm going to start on the outer corner with the shade Spicy. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with the shade Untamed, which is this burgundy shade right here. I'm going to start with this eye because my mirror is right here. I am definitely having to find new ways of filming since I've gotten this other desk. I'm used to a table that was 6 feet by 3 feet when I was in the other room, and there is not room for that in here. So I'm just putting that on the outer part of my lid. I can already tell that this is going to be effortless. Oh my gosh. Huda mattes and shimmers are so amazing. They're so good. They're so good. I can't. So how this palette came into my possession. Well, let me tell you. First, I'm going to go into the shade. I'm going to go into the shade Rough right here. Leanna Dalton, one of my best good friends, she was going to send me, she knows that my dark spots really bother me. And so far, I have not found anything to get rid of them. Like nothing works. I have tried so many different vitamin C's and brightening serums and all of this. So she had something from Lancome. And she doesn't have dark spots, so she asked if I would want to try it. And I was like, sure, I'll try it. Effortless. It just goes on there so nice. And now I'm going to go into the shade, I think I'm going to go into the shade Hypnotic, which is right here. Put that on the front part of my lid and blend that together. Anyway. She sent it, and I got this big old box. Well, it wasn't a big old box, but it was a bigger box than what I had thought it was going to be, which it's Leanna, so I probably should have known better. And I open it up, and there's the skincare, and there's some Lancome mascaras and things like that. And then there's a palette from Nude, which, stand by, I'll get that. This is the palette from Nude. It's the Roaring 20s. And her little note said something like, I know you don't need another palette, but this screamed Andi. And it does. It is definitely an Andi palette. And it is gorgeous, and I love it. And I've never seen this palette before from Nude. So I'm mid-sentence. I'm going to go into this shade called Filthy, and I'm going to blend that out. I'm going to blend out the top with a floofy brush. So I was mid-sentence talking to Anthony. He was standing in front of me. And I picked up that Roaring Twenties palette, and this palette was underneath. And I thought I was going to lose my absolute shit. I glitched. I did a little glitch. I'm going to go up a little higher with all three of those shades. I'm just using the same brush. Yeah, I glitched. I was so shocked and thankful and couldn't believe it. Couldn't freaking believe it, you guys. I couldn't. I still can't. I still can't. I have wanted that palette for a while. And the last time it was on sale, I didn't buy it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I was probably in one of my money-saving moods. Whatever. You know, I do that. Okay, now I'm going back into that Filthy, that light matte shade, and blend out this top. It's a little pinker than what I thought it was going to be. That's okay. Leanna is so very generous. She has such a beautiful heart. Miss Luna is saying hello to everyone. It's gotten cold now, so she has to have her little hoodie on. Yes. You have to have your hoodie on. Yes. Hello. Thank you. You need to get down. Luna's mom is at work. So we are enjoying having Bailey and Luna here with us. That is a little bit more pink than what I thought it was going to be. It doesn't look that pink in the pan. But it's okay. It's good. It's good. And now, I don't even know. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to go into the shade called Spicy right here. I want to deepen up the outer corner. So that was such a pleasant surprise. I was so excited. So excited when I opened this up. These shades are so pigmented. I'm just putting that in the very outer corner. I'll probably put some underneath my under eye. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do after I do my face makeup. So I'm going to go into the shade called Hard, which is right here. And then I think I'm going to do the center of my lid with Flower Power. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I hope everyone is having a great week. Tell me something good that happened to you this week or last weekend or whatever. Tell me something good. My good thing is I finally got my damn room done. I am so excited. I have to switch the outlets out. The outlets were beige. Everything in this house, when we bought this house, everything was beige. Beige walls, beige outlets, beige outlet covers, beige everything. Everything was beige. Beige carpet, which is still in here, which is a hot mess. This was a child's bedroom, you guys, for a while. And then the other one became a teenager's bedroom, and equally as trashed. I am going to shampoo it, but we are getting flooring within the next year. Okay, now I'm going into Flower Power, the one that I showed you. I'm putting that on the front part of my, oh my goodness, front part of my lid. That's kind of what I was hoping for right there. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. So yeah, the house is a work in progress, so We're actually just getting it ready to sell. In the next 2 years, we're going to be selling. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Our kitchen needs to be updated. All of our bathrooms need to be updated. We have 2 full baths up here, and then we have a half bath downstairs. Okay, I'm going to go back into that hard shade. You know what? Yeah, now I'm going to go back into that hard shade just a little bit with no shimmer or with no spray and just blend these two together because that's what I do. Yeah, that's really pretty. And then I think I'm going to take this, brush and I'm going to go into that shade Hypnotic that I used on the front part of my lid. And I'm just going to like blend up here a little bit because I didn't really want that to be pink. So I'm just going to kind of blend that. And I'm probably going to cover up that pink with a, like, I don't know, with something. I didn't want that to be pink. That is pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take this shade right here, which is not part of the palette, but there isn't a lighter, like a good base shade. This is actually from the On a Whimsy palette. I depotted several shades out of there, and then this is the only one I have left. The other ones I've already decluttered. And I'm just going to use, this is a lid setting shade for me, but I'm going to use this up here. It is very, very dusty, and this is probably going to get decluttered. But I wanted to cover up that pink a little bit. It's very powdery, and I have other lid setting shades that I like better. So I probably will not end up keeping this, but I have used quite a bit of it. If you can see, there's a big dip in there. You guys can't see that. It's too bright. I'm also still trying to figure out my lighting situation. It's a work in progress, you guys. It is. Now I'm going to go back into that Hypnotic shade. Since I don't have the pink distracting me. And go over top of that. Yeah, I like that way better. So I took the shade called Rough, which I used, I think, did I use it on the front part of my lid, this shade right here, and just kind of put that above my crease, kind of like a transition, after the fact transition. And then I'm going to go back into that Hypnotic. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to touch up those shimmers a little bit since I just messed with them. Man, Huda shimmers are freaking amazing. Especially the ones in the Mercury Retrograde and the Rose Quartz. But the shade called Passion, this shade right here, you guys, look at that. Oh, it's amazing. And then Provocative. Provocative is this shade right here, there. And that is what that looks like. It is so pretty. So pretty. Okay, that's it for my eyes for now. I'm probably, like I said, going back into do the under part of my eye. Okay, I put you back out so you can see my face, my whole face. I'm using the Yensa Essential Glow Primer. I've only used this a couple of times. This is in my Shop My Stash because I had never used it. And it is amazing. It is really good. It does have just like the tiniest healthy glow, but it's not super glowy. I was, during the summer, I was all about the glow, all about it. And now that it's getting a little cooler, like it covers my pores really, really well. I am going to go in with my e.l.f. Putty Primer just on my T-zone. Anyway, I was really about the glow, like big time, for the summer. But now I'm ready to settle down, I guess. I don't want summer to be over, but it's inevitable, so I'm not ready to give up my summer color. Guys, I like having color on my face. I do. One of the things that Leanna sent me was the Lancome UV Expert Aqua Gel Defense 50 Plus SPF. It's lovely. It does have a fragrance, so if you're very sensitive to fragrance, you might not like it. I mean, it's pricey, don't get me wrong, it's Lancome, but it's very nice. One of the other things she sent me was the Clarifique. I put the date on it when I started using it because I took some before pictures. It's Clarifique, and it is Refining Brightening Pro Solution, and it has PHAs in it, which I had to... It has PHAs in it, which I had to read up on because I wasn't sure what those are. They're more gentle than alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy, so AHAs and BHAs. They're more gentle than that. They stay on the surface of the skin, whereas the AHAs and BHAs permeate the skin. These stay on the outer. These stay on the surface of the skin. And so I took some photos to see if the dark spot stuff works. And even though I've only been using it since like 2 days. I've been using it 2 days. And even though I've only been using it 2 days, I can tell a difference in my pores. So if this stuff works, I might be spending $85 on some skincare. I'm just saying. I didn't think I'd ever do that, but I might be doing that. I only pulled 2 foundations for my Shop My Stash. I pulled the Neutrogena, and I pulled the Lumi. I think I'm gonna go with the Neutrogena. This is in 3 Vanilla. I used all of the one that was the 4 Sand, the shade 4 Sand. I'm gonna go in with my spot corrector. This is just LA Colors. I think I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I actually like it. And then I'm going to go in with my Eye Assurance Anti-Fatigue Cooling Under Eye Balm. This is from JCat. This is super affordable. It was like $3.99 or something. It was between $3.99 and $5.99. It is not a color corrector, but it is so moisturizing. And if you have dry under eyes, because I have glitter on my face from swatching those shimmers. I promise you, it's not from the primer. Okay, so I have a little bit of that out on my palette like that. I was watching Stephanie Marie. She is a much larger YouTuber than I. She is 2 years younger than me, and she looks amazing. And I was watching. She has a video on applying foundation, and my foundation has not been looking quite as well as I want it to look lately. Part of that was I was not exfoliating the way I should, and that's really important to do. Exfoliate, whether it be a physical exfoliator, which is like some kind of a facial scrub. Just be careful because some of them are so abrasive, and that is not good for your skin. But she also said do it in light layers, which I've heard before. You guys, I'm all go ham. I'm like, putting it all over my face and then taking a brush and then going back in with my sponge. I mean, I love a full coverage. And that's one of the things where this does look a little yellow, but it does, as it dries, it oxidizes and it's not so yellow. But I want full coverage because of all my skin issues. I have dark spots, I have acne scars, I have redness and all of that. And this is supposed to do away with that stuff. If I can get rid of the dark spots, I will probably go with a tinted moisturizer, which never thought I would say that. Because I do love a matte, not matte, but I do like a flat canvas. But yeah, she said take lighter layers and really press them into your skin. So I've been trying that and I think it works really well. Plus I've been dermaplaning with the where you shave your face. I have a lot of peach fuzz on my face and I think that was affecting my foundation as well. And of course, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more, as well as a mustache and a beard and all of that. I am going to go in with my ABH. This is Anastasia, and this is the Magic Touch Concealer. I don't know if you guys can see this red spot right here. That is what happens instead of like a rash if my skin does not react well to skincare. That's what happens. I was using a moisturizer for under my eyes because I am not a believer in eye creams for the sake of eye creams. I think that using a moisturizer under your eyes is just as effective. But anyway, I was using a La Mer sample that I had, which first of all, I hated the scent. It was a rose scent, but it was very moisturizing. It was not good. I mean, it was, La Mer is a very good name, but my skin did not love it. And so I have one of those there, and then I had a couple here, only where the eye cream was. So I stopped using it. It was just a little tiny, like sample, deluxe size sample that I probably got in an Ipsy bag. So I'm just going to take the little bit of product that I had left on my palette and just kind of go over certain spots on my face. I always say let your tools work for you. Let your sponge work for you. Just really press that into your skin. I am going to put on my cream contour. Just going to put it there. I'm going to take the butt end of my sponge and just blend it. This is a little warm for me for a contour. It's more of a cream bronzer. I always make my little saggy place right there a little darker. Because you hide the things that you don't want people to see, and you highlight the things that you want them to see. Like my double, see how it's, like it's lopsided. It's always been that way. Well, I mean, since I've gained weight and actually have a double chin. So I'm filming this on a Saturday, and I go back to work tomorrow night. And I'm not happy about that. I am going to take my e.l.f. setting spray. And since I'm done with all of my cream products, I'm going to spray my face. I'm going to push that in. You guys, can I just say that I am so much more comfortable in this room? I am so much more comfortable. I didn't realize that my mirror was in the way there. I'm so much more comfortable here. I can't believe the difference in the way I feel when I sit down to film. Because and when the walls were purple, I was not comfortable. That was not me. That was not an Andi room. Okay, I'm going to pat that out a little bit before I powder. And I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus. It's my favorite powder ever. And I just get a little bit on my brush, put it in here, and then I just lightly touch. This is one of the few powders. This and the NARS are the only powders that I've found under my eyes that don't make it look dry and creasy. I have a small sample of the Laura Mercier that I really, really want to try. But I'm going to wait a little bit. That does such a great job of smoothing out my under eyes. And you guys, this is cheap. Wet n Wild is cheap. So inexpensive. Now I'm going to powder my T-zone. It looks really good. I like that foundation so much. It's not exactly full coverage, but it's medium coverage. But it doesn't have to be. You can do a light to medium coverage with it. Now I'm going to do a tiny bit of powder contour. And right now I'm using the Item Beauty Vibes. I got this, I'm sure, in... Oh, you know what? I got this in an Ipsy X. My first Ipsy X. Okay, and a while back, I made a Franken bronzer. I took 3 eyeshadows and I Frankened them together and I made this. And it's lovely. When I first put it on, it's a little warm, but when I buff it out, it's perfect. And it's a little glowy too, which I love. And then, okay, so for our blush, I think we're going to use this Benefit Pom Pom. This is pomegranate blush. I'm having a hard time finding brushes today, and they're right beside me. Put a little bit up on my temples, just a little bit, and go into my Avon True Color. This is in the shade Translucent Glow, and this is, it's just kind of, it's a finishing powder. It doesn't really do much except for blend everything out. Okay, let's do some eyebrows. And I'm just using this shade right here in my Glam Reflection Rosé palette. This is my go-to palette whenever I need a certain shade that I may not have in that palette. These two were lid setting shades. No. These two were lid setting shades. This is an amazing transition shade. This is a great inner corner. You can see I have pan in that one. This is also a really good inner corner. These two right here, when my hair was redder, more red, whatever, I would use those for my eyebrows sometimes. When this shade is done, I think I'm going to Franken another shade into this pan. I thought about Frankening a couple of lid setting shades into these empty pans because it's nice to be able to grab just one palette whenever you need something like that. And it always stays over here with my stash. Okay, I'm going to go back into the Naughty palette. So excited. You guys, I'm so excited. I love this so much. It's as beautiful as I thought it was going to be. It really is. I knew it was going to be amazing, and it is. And I'm going to go into that spicy shade, that dark brown, and I'm going to put it in my outer corner, at the bottom. Just in the outer V there. And I'm barely touching it. I'm barely touching that shade at all. And then I'm going to go into the shade called Rough. So this is the spicy shade that I went to, and now I'm going to go into this shade here. I'm going to put that under the front part of my under eye. And now I'm going to take that floofy brush, just kind of blend it out a little bit. Oh, you guys, I just started sneezing. I don't even know why, but I did. And now for my inner corner, I'm going to go back into that Flower Power, put that in my inner corner. I was going to sit down and use this palette, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to film a Get Ready With Me. Luna's over here giving her little cow some hell, so I don't know if you can hear that or not. Oh, my nose is running now. Dang it. I just put my makeup on. Ah. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love it so much. I really love it. Oh, I had to blow my nose. I was like, oh, it's going to take off my foundation. I'm going to tightline with my little... I can't do this with a straight face ever. My little LA Color... LA Girl. I'm using this until it's gone, and I just sharpened it, and I think that might have been the last sharpen, you guys. Anyway, I'm just going to tightline with this. Okay, I can't believe that this is almost gone. I can't believe I used up a whole pencil liner. I have a couple liners waiting in the wings that are retractable that only have like this much or a little bit less left in them. So those are going to be up next. I'm actually going to finish some liners this year, you guys. That excites me so, so much. Okay. Now I'm going to use this. I got this in a Walmart beauty box. The Falsies Surreal. It's just a deluxe sample. But you guys, I have been loving it. I am really, really loving it. So I'm going to put that on and I'll be back. Okay, so this is 2 coats. It does have kind of a floofy brush. And I don't normally like that for my first 2 coats. But... I really like this mascara. I wasn't prepared to like it, and I do. And then I'm going to use my Stila Huge Lash for my second 2 coats. So stand by. Actually, I just did 1 more coat because it really doesn't need 2 coats. But these are the only ones that I have open right now. So these are the ones that I'm using together. Now for lips. Stand by. We're not going too crazy, so I'm going to use this... this is a liner from Essence. They do not make this shade anymore, and it's called Because Duh. But that's what it looks like. You guys, I used it all. I went to swatch it for you guys, and... oh, I'm really kind of sad. Anyway, that's what it looked like. All right, then. Makeup empties. Stand by. Okay, so I have another one that is very, very similar, and it's called Tea Time. This is the Tea Time. This was the Because Duh. So they're very similar. I'm also testing out a lip product right now. This is by the Inky List, and it is called Tripeptide Plumping Balm. I saw it on TikTok. The Inky List is very inexpensive, and I have used a couple of their products before. The Inky List and The Ordinary are my 2 favorite skincare products, and they're both very affordable. So I wrote down when I started using it, and I took before pictures, just like I did. I took before pictures for that and the Lancome to see the difference. So hopefully that works. I'm going to be using the Superstay, Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade Trust Your Gut. It is the perfect pinky nude. Trust your gut. Holy grail. I don't know if you've been here, you know that I had one called Talk the Talk. That was my favorite, and I finished it. And they don't have that anymore, but this is the same exact shade. I think they probably just repackaged it with a different name. make you to get you to buy more. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh my gosh, I love that palette so much. What do you guys think of the palette? What do you think of the eye look? I love it. Okay, I had to go zhuzh the hair. It's almost time for me to color again. I swear I just did it. I just did it. I just colored my hair. And I was noticing the other day, like right at the very root, the silver coming through. It's insane. So thank you guys so much for joining me today for my Get Ready With Me. I tried not to make this as long as some of my other Get Ready With Me's, but I really wanted to focus on this palette. I really wanted to spotlight this palette because it's so special to me and it's beautiful, but it's so special to me because I got it from Leanna and it was very much a surprise gift. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing a Get Ready With Me and I'm using the palette. So let me know what you think of the palette. Let me know what you think of the eye look or any other questions that I asked during this video. You guys, I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day and we'll see you later.